So I have a funny story about executive dysfunction this week.
Oh no.
I have lived in this home for 2 years as of September. I bought this condo. The entire time I have lived here, I have been unable to use the overhead lights, which you may have noticed in my how horrible my lighting was.
I didn't even know you had overhead lights.
Yeah, well, you've been here, so you should have known. But
I mean, they weren't on, so I didn't know.
No, they were not on, but they are noticeable. They're like hanging above me. They hang down and everything. But one of them had like a buzz, like it was the wrong type of bulb or it wasn't tight enough or something. It had a buzz, and so I just didn't use them at all. I've been living with just a lamp for 2 years, which doesn't really bother me. I don't. I get so much natural light in here most of the year, and the ambiance of a lamp has been enough. But the reason I didn't change them was because I don't have a ladder, and I don't really have anywhere to put a ladder, so I didn't want to go out and buy one.
Yeah.
I had gotten permission from several of my neighbors different times to borrow their ladder, but I just never bothered to do it because like there were like pieces to this. I needed to go to the store and buy light bulbs, and then I needed to come back and borrow a ladder, and then I needed to change the bulb, and that was just like one obstacle.
That was a lot
for me.
Yeah.
But anyway, my mom asked me to go down and check for something in my storage the other day, and I found these warm LED light bulbs that I apparently bought at my last place and had just like crammed in storage when I moved here. So I've had bulbs the entire time, and they're pretty pleasant bulbs. I actually really like them. I'm really happy with the lighting in here. And so that was like just enough kick in the ass for me to like go, literally my next door neighbor. I went next door and asked to borrow the ladder, and I had it done in like sub 10 minutes.
Your ceilings are so tall, though. I feel like you'd feel a little scared up there.
The bulbs are at like a normal ceiling height. They're little lamps
they like
that hang
hang
down.
Okay, I see.
So they're actually not that high. But they are high enough I needed a ladder. And I do not like getting on a ladder. But no, it was fine. It's just very silly. And like I suspect my lighting on the show is going to be... I mean, overhead lighting is not ideal for something like this. You would prefer like a ring lamp around your camera. But like I'm not going to do that right now. And I think this is just...
It is funny that like... there was a period of time for many episodes where both of you just became progressively cloaked in shadow as the episode progressed.
This should be the darkest it gets in here now.
Yeah,
you know what?
That's great.
I think I need to be more cloaked in shadow. I need to be more mysterious. I'm too out there. I show my face too often.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna be the super villain of the show, I need to act the part. You know what? I do agree. I think you should. You are the heel of Gametalk.
2026 is my villain arc, and I will be the villain on this show. Yeah. I'll be cloaked in darkness and just have all the wrong opinions.
There's no such thing as wrong opinion. While we're yapping, I just want to...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
All right, yeah, you're right.
I'll start grifting. Oh, don't worry. I'll start like complaining that there's like terrible things in my games, and that like I don't know.
You're gonna be taking what are under the table sponsorships that me and Emma don't know about.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like selling Warframe.
Selling Warframe. Oh, I'm gonna be grifting. I'm gonna be talking about how I don't like this game because like something in it bothers my newly found sensibilities that I didn't have a week ago. Like,
no, it do be like that. I mean, I hear that's a very lucrative path.
Oh, it's super lucrative. Take that path. I can make so much money if I just compromise my morals.
Start playing country music. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I do want to note while we're talking here that I am sick, so if my voice sounds different or whatever, that is the reason why. And why am I sick, you ask? Because I went to a conference that had over 80,000 people there from all over the world. So
and you partied the entire time.
Not the entire time. Just some of the time.
I saw how many stories came out of that.
Amazon knows how to throw a party. You know, that's...
you were watching the Chainsmokers over there.
Yep.
We were talking about it in the interview.
They easily made over $1 million that week, I feel like, because they were at various events over the course of the week in Vegas. So,
yeah, I don't know.
Good for them, I guess.
Over there. I don't think it's that high anymore. I don't think they're as big as they used to be.
No, that's like Amazon's MO. They always hire people like
past their prime,
decently past their prime, right?
Yeah,
like the other year there was oh gosh, Ludacris a couple years ago. Yeah, he's definitely past his prime.
Yeah,
but it was still fun seeing it. Yeah,
it's evergreen.
Yeah, you could always listen to Ludacris's music.
Hey, and welcome back to Game Talk. I'm your host, Dan Mion. Today I'm joined by Connor.
Hey, guys.
And Mike.
Hello.
It's glad to be here back with you two. You did a fantastic job last week. Listened to the episode many times as I was editing it, so good job. But today, believe it or not, 2025 is almost over.
Thank God.
That means our Game of the Year episode is coming up, which means this is our pre-Game of the Year episode where we go through all of the games all three of us played over the course of this year and filter out our favorite 16, which will then compete in a bracket in our last episode of the year. But for today's episode, we are...
I kind of forgot that this is the last episode that I'll be in my 20s for.
Old man
boo.
alert.
Yeah, I'm gonna be old. I'm gonna be washed here soon.
You'll feel weird for like a day or two, then you'll immediately get over it.
I'm gonna be hungover. I don't know. The Game Awards is the day before it.
But yeah, without further ado, I think we can just get started. Maybe we can take turns here and just go through each game we played. I have compiled a list of every game I played. I hope I didn't miss anything. I might have, but we'll see.
So the first game I have on mine too.
I'm going to shout out here is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now,
that's a recent one.
I fully realize this is more than likely one of the best games this year. However, I've still barely scratched the surface of this game at roughly 20 hours in, which tells you what kind of game it is, right? So I think it's great, but like I have yet to see what makes it one of the games of the year. And I've no doubts it is, but I think to be fair, right, until I get that experience myself, I will opt to not put this forth as one of the top 16. But I did want to shout it out here. So that's Kingdom Come 2. Connor, you want to go with one on your list?
I think I'm going to start with one from early this year. I played Avowed, and I liked Avowed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it makes this list over Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. It was one of those, like, I played it, and I think I immediately dropped it because something else came out. I think it might have been the Oblivion remaster or something.
I think so, like roughly at the same time.
And then Monster Hunter Wilds was right after that, you know. So I liked it. I thought it was a nice evolution on the combat of the Elder Scrolls games and stuff.
Yes.
I found
Wilds was the first thing that came out this year, right?
Huh?
Wilds was early.
Wilds came
like
out
February?
after Avowed. I actually did check that earlier.
Okay,
they were both
February
mid-February.
28th.
Yeah, Wilds was into February. But yeah, Avowed, I think it was better. This was Obsidian, I believe. And this was significantly better to me than something like what's our Outer Worlds. I liked this a lot more than I liked Outer Worlds. I probably would have finished it if Monster Hunter Wilds didn't come out so soon after it. But I played it on Game Pass. I'm not gonna buy it. Kind of is what it is.
All right, starting off our list, over 2 so far. Although I feel like Kingdom Come is probably worthy, of being on that list. I haven't gotten there yet. But anyways, Mike, what about you?
You know what? I got one that actually we can put on the list. One of the first games that I technically played this year, but I played it in early access as well. Abiotic Factor did come out this year finally. And honestly, for a survival crafter, I think it's probably one of the best in the genres. It really sticks to its roots. It's theming as like it's Half-Life, but it's Half-Life like we imagined it, not like Half-Life actually is. It's its whole themology.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing... I want to play this game bad. The only thing that's really stopped me is that I don't have a group that jumps in on games like this. And I feel like this...
I do.
I need minimum 2 people to play this with, I feel like.
Yeah, it's one of those games that is better with friends.
Yeah.
And especially if you decide to play the roles.
Did it have proxy chat?
You pick out. It does, actually. We don't use it, but it does have it. I think it does have a full proxy chat, and any long range chat you have to create like a walkie-talkie.
I love
tech thing.
I love proxy chat and walkie-talkies. Does it have VR?
It is. It doesn't have VR.
Okay,
it does not have VR support.
It does seem like a great deal of fun, but I have the same problem
game.
Connor does.
And it's so out there.
Yeah.
being based off of like the meme internet culture Half-Life instead of actual Half-Life, but you're not Gordon Freeman.
No, you're one of the scientists, right? Like a random.
You're one of the scientists who unfortunately are not given plot armor. You just have to survive.
Yeah.
And the game gets rough.
Is Gordon Freeman in it? Like, is there a...
No, there's no Gordon Freeman here to save you.
Okay.
There's no G-Man. There is no one here. You are just left to your own devices, and the security robots will put you in jail. Once you get to, I think, this third area, they can just kind of grab you and throw you in a room.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then they get rocket launchers once you get past that point, and it gets a little messy. But the game's fun.
I think I'll give Abiotic Factor a yes.
Well, yeah, let's put it on the list, and then so what we're doing, if I wasn't clear before, is that games that we think should be on the list, we're just going to put on the list, not keep track of count or anything, and then if it's over 16 at the end, we're going to filter it down. So Abiotic Factors, the first game on our list. I'll go next. So I'm just going down my list. It's not in any particular order. Battlefield 6 is the next game on my list.
That was on my list.
This is a game all three of us played.
Yeah, it's going on. Put it on. Put it in the bracket.
All right. Enough said.
No comment.
Battlefield 6 is our second game on the list. Connor, do you want to go next?
Yeah, I can go next. I gotta mark Battlefield off my list as well. I will say Blueprints next.
I think Blueprints is one of the best games this year.
Blueprints is like one of the... There's like 2 or 3 games on my list that I would like actually really fight for to have in the bracket. And Blueprints, it's just it's an excellent puzzle game. I'm certain that it won't make it super far in the bracket, I don't think. But
I think Blueprints is an extraordinary game. I'm actually surprised hearing you be positive on it, because I think by the end of our experience when we were talking about it on the show back in the year, you were down on it. But
I am extremely down on it, but I do think it's one of the best games I played this year. But
yeah,
I also,
it is intensely frustrating, but like what I said before, I still think applies, where like some of the highs in Blueprints are so high, you feel so good when you figure stuff out.
I know that there were more highs ahead of me in my playthrough, but the endurance that would have been required for me to see those highs was just, and not like I needed to be smart and figure something out, like literal just RNG grind.
Right, like run after run where you don't get anything.
Yeah, where it's like literally like, I think that the base gameplay of Blueprints is perhaps the worst roguelike I've ever played. It is just atrocious and not fun at all. And then there's like this deeper meta layer that is like one of the best games I've ever played.
Right.
And
yeah, I'm definitely warmer on the roguelite part than you are, but I can absolutely see how it wears on you, because I think you played it longer than me too.
I think I did, yeah. And I do want to say it didn't wear on me. I actually hated it from the get-go.
From the start? Okay.
I hated every single moment of the roguelike part of this game. I like did not understand why people liked it, and I like ate my vegetables for I think almost 10 hours before I saw anything that I thought was interesting about this game. I really had to push through it.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think our opinions are a little different there, but
yeah,
still worthy of being on this list. Definitely. Mike, what about you?
My next on the list, unfortunately, I think it's on all of our lists. Expedition 33 was the next one I came up with this year.
Yep.
And honestly,
I don't think we have to justify this one.
I don't think we have to we've justified this one enough. Just put it on the list, give it the bye week.
Yeah, certainly.
Give it everything. If this game doesn't win awards,
then they're really...
I think it's already won 34 Game of the Year awards.
Listen, I am so confident that this thing's going to sweep the Game Awards. I have a shot lined up for every Game Award it doesn't win.
That's smart.
During the Game Awards.
You'll finish
either one way.
I think it's very
if my
likely.
prediction makes it.
Yeah.
I drink.
Which, by the way, I think this episode is gonna drop after the Game Awards. So
I'll update the Discord
Game
how I'm
Awards
feeling after the Game Awards.
The Game Awards in 2 days.
It's in 2 days. I thought it was next Thursday.
Yeah.
Right at the start of the first day of my vacation is the Game Awards. Nice. And I'm
kicking it off right.
Kicking it off right. Absolutely getting sloshed. These are the rules.
Yeah.
All right. I will follow up. The next game on my list is Yuka Replayly. I enjoyed Yooka-Laylee a lot, actually, and more than I thought I would. Is it one of the best games of the year? I don't think so, but I do think it's a good game, and I do think it's much improved from the original Yooka-Laylee. So I just wanted to just shout it out here. Definitely captures kind of the spirit of Banjo-Kazooie, but also infuses kind of modern 3D platformer sensibilities into it. And that bit was maybe a little controversial for like the diehard Banjo-Kazooie fans, but I do think their design changes made it more palatable to like a wider audience. So,
and the old version's still there if you want to play it.
It is still there.
Get rid of it. Yeah. I guess that's back to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Arc Raiders next because I think I'm the only one of the three of us that played it.
Yeah, you are.
So this is gonna be a painful one because I feel like it's probably gonna get eliminated earlier than it deserves. Because
do you think it should be on the list first of all?
Definitely goes on the list.
Okay.
But I think this is one of the most interesting, like with randoms multiplayer games I've ever played. It's like probably the most interesting since Sea of Thieves. I just love the interactions you get into in this game, the negotiating, the begging for your life, the making someone else beg for theirs. Turn
into an absolute sicko when you play the game.
The people swearing at me and calling me every slur under the sun,
cursing your family's name to their grave.
I don't know, but it's a game that's hard to turn on. Like it requires a lot of you, so it's not necessarily a super fun after work game, but I don't know, it's my first extraction shooter and I really like it.
And it definitely seems like the multiplayer game of the moment, like even over Battlefield, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
it just sort of came out of nowhere.
Battlefield is really good and this kind of eclipsed it for me.
Yeah.
It certainly, the social capital of Battlefield was, and Battlefield outsold Call of Duty this year, I think.
It did.
And
that's probably largely helped by this year's Call of Duty being absolutely dog water in every conceivable way.
Yeah. And Arc Raiders has consistently had a higher play count on Steam than Battlefield. So
I think Battlefield was bigger on console as well.
Yeah, probably.
But no, that's not true. Like Battlefield is definitely like a PC first game, but on console is very popular as well.
Yeah, I mean Arc Raiders is just like, I don't know. I guess I can't say this. I feel like people on PC are more likely to have a mic, and Arc Raiders is a mic game. If you do not have a microphone, you were missing a significant part of the experience in Arc Raiders.
Right. Mike, what do you have next?
Next up on my list, Monster Hunter Wilds, but I think it's on Connor's list.
Yep.
I let you have. I knew you didn't have enough games, so I intentionally have not said Monster Hunter Wilds.
We can all talk about it now.
Hunter Wilds.
I will. I would fight. I would fight.
It has to
10
be on
men
there.
to get this put on our bracket, even though I know it won't win.
You know, it's so funny. When this game came out, you were 100% sure it would be your game of the year.
That was definitely what I was saying. That was a little bit of a bit, but it was like, I will say, of the games I knew were coming out this year, Monster Hunter Wilds was my favorite this year. It's just we had so many games that I did not know were going to come out this year that have been excellent.
I mean, there were so many surprise twists this year, and we'll get to those.
But of the
obviously.
games I was anticipating, Monster Hunter Wilds. Well, no, I think I knew Claire Obscure was coming. So maybe
you didn't know how good
I didn't know it was going to be good.
We didn't know.
But yeah,
we didn't know about Claire Obscure.
I like Monster Hunter though. That game is so good. I suspect I have the most playtime of the three of us.
Definitely more than me.
Yeah, I gotta check mine.
I finished it.
Have slightly over 100
I saw
hours
credits.
in it.
You saw the first credits. Yeah.
I've been hunting on and off though recently. I recently have been doing all the arch tempered, so
I'm excited for the performance update coming in like 1 week.
There was supposed to be a showcase yesterday.
Yeah, but the tsunami in Japan delayed it.
Yeah.
Tsunami warning delayed it, and we don't know when the showcase is happening. And there's a chance we might not get a showcase.
Yeah, we might not get it before the update drops next week, which would be a little...
which would be crazy.
2026 should be a big year for Monster Hunter, though, right? For Wild specifically.
Yeah. We should get a DLC. Yeah, we should get a...
We should be getting expansion.
The content should get doubled at some point.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Formidable.
Really exciting. I don't know. Where's Wild sit with you now that you've played some of the other Monster Hunters, Mike?
Oh, I still like Wilds the most.
You like it the most?
Having played World and everything. I like how streamlined it is, and I like how... more friendly it is to your time than the other Monster Hunters were.
Yeah, that's fair. It's just been, I think now, in the state it's in now, especially like after Title Update 4, assuming the performance gets a little better, I think it's going to be the best Monster Hunter. I do get people like that liked tracking from World. I get people that liked just the at launch. This was a really easy game. This was really lacking in difficulty at the highest level. Like once you got to the end game, everything was really, really easy, and they've kind of fixed that since launch with updates. And I'm glad Title Update 4 will be out by the time we're doing our Game of the Year show, because I think that'll affect its placement, because there are some significant changes coming with it, as there have been with all the title updates. They've really kind of fixed this game. It was in an okay place at launch, and now I think it's in a great place.
Awesome. All right, back to me. The next game on my list is Ghost of Yotei. I think this should be on this list for now. If we have to talk about it later, maybe we can talk about it. But kudos to Sucker Punch. I mean, I think this is pretty much an improvement in every single way over Ghost of Tsushima. And they just released another update, which they released like a VRR mode, right? And it just shows how much headroom there is on the PS5 Pro, right? Like in the Pro ray tracing mode now, you can get up to 80 plus frames. Which feels great in like an action game. Well, it's not an action game, like action adventure game, like Ghost of Yotei.
Yeah, that's too bad they didn't have that at launch, though. That's such a basic feature.
Yeah, but like I will say, the performance at launch was rock solid, like 60 frames per second.
Yeah,
ray tracing.
It's just VRR. Like VRR is at least on PC, it's like practically a toggle to implement.
Yeah, I don't know why it was delayed. It's kind of weird that it was delayed, but it's here now, and it works really well, and it's a fun game. Notably, though, I have not finished Ghost of Yotei, so I don't know how my opinion will increase or decrease the more I play through it. I think I got distracted by probably Hollow Knight or something. I don't remember, but
I will say, not finishing a game does affect your how much of a vote you get at the end.
That's fair. Yeah, that's why I said like I wouldn't be opposed to knocking Ghost of Yotei off.
Yeah,
because I think it's a great game, but is it like Game of the Year worthy? Not sure. So that's how I feel about Ghost of Yotei.
Speaking of games that Amid didn't finish, Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah. I need to finish this. Dude, everyone talks to me about the ending of this game and how good it is.
It's excellent. Yeah. And I can't say anything other than that because
maybe I'll finish it before the end of before the bracket.
What was that?
I said maybe I'll finish it before the bracket.
I hope you do, because it's not a long game.
I did get spoiled on one fact.
Okay.
Which, spoilers, I know King K. Rool is in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know how that factors into the ending, but
it's so, I mean, it's cool that he's there, but the rest of it is like, I don't know, man. I don't want to spoil anything about it for you. As someone who doesn't care about
awesome.
King K. Rool at all, I was pogging at the end.
I
of this
love
game.
King K. Rool, dude.
So I think you will be like pogging out of your mind. I'm a lot. Ironically, I finished this game, although I have zero compulsion to 100% it, like I did Mario Odyssey.
It does seem like you're cooler on the game than most other people who have finished it.
I think it's not so much that I think the game goes on the list. I don't know if I said that already.
I agree, yes.
I think it goes on the list. I think my problem is if DK Bonanza released 2 years into the Switch 2, I would be enamored with it. The fact that like this was the best they could do in their launch year was Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza, and God forbid we're not even going to talk about Metroid Prime 4. The fact that this was the best Nintendo could put out to launch their new console, I think is kind of not very good.
But it's a great game though, you know? Like what do you want?
It's like an 8 out of 10. It's a good game. It's just like
I don't know. I think
Switch
people
One
are
launched with
closer
Breath
to
of the
like
Wild.
9. Yeah, you can't compare it to that. But like I think Donkey Kong Bonanza after Clear Obscura has the most awards won so far this year.
Yeah,
like, people have a very high opinion of it.
It absolutely should not have more awards than something like Silk Song or like
I agree with that.
Arc Raiders or Battlefield. Like I liked all those games more than I liked Bonanza. But
don't get me wrong, like I had fun with it, right? Like, but at a certain point, like playing it, it did kind of wear thin. I was just like, okay, you know, like I feel like I'm done here.
The gimmick did not have the strength for the runtime. And then the end of the game, it kind of like I didn't even feel like I was really doing the terrain destruction stuff anymore by the end of the game. And the other thing is I I like we talked about the music and stuff. You're welcome to like it. I don't like. I hate the Bonanza transformations. I find them so irritating. It reminded me a lot of Zelda Link's Awakening. That's the island one. I think they took this out in the remake, but in the original, there would be these power-ups you would pick up, and it would interrupt the beautiful level music to play this horrible little jingle that was like 5 seconds long on repeat, and that's exactly how the Bonanza transformations felt to me. I didn't enjoy using them. I didn't enjoy the music. I didn't enjoy. I would go way out of my way in gameplay to not use a Bonanza transformation because I found them very annoying.
I feel like you can get pretty far with the mechanics they offer.
You can beat the game, I think, without ever using a Bonanza transformation, I think.
Yeah.
So, good game, though. I have a lot of bad things to say about it relative to excellent games that came out this year that I feel like aren't getting enough, that don't get the Nintendo bonus, I feel like. But it's not a bad game. I don't want to sound like that. I actually... I didn't have the time, but I wanted to learn the speedrun. The speedrun for this game is actually like kind of sick.
And like the movement mechanics in this game, incredible. You know, like Nintendo always seems to nail that. So
yeah.
But yeah, is it one of the best 16 games this year? I think for
probably.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it is one that I will like I would knock this off for Ghost of Yotei if you wanted me to. I
mean, having played both, I would probably put Bonanza over Yotei personally.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I think I might favor Bonanza higher than you a little bit, right? Like,
because you didn't finish
because I haven't even beaten it yet. I might even
you haven't even played what I think is like
the best part
by a wide margin, the best part of the game. I think that's the other thing. Bonanza, I don't like the levels that much, and that's a weird thing to say because my overall experience with the game I liked, but there's very few. What were they even called? Layers, I guess.
Yes, layers.
There were like at the end of Mario Odyssey, I wanted to go back to the kingdoms because I had an affinity for them. I didn't really feel that for any of the layers in Bonanza. I just did not get attached to them at all. And I could name like 2 of them, like Hilltop, Canyon.
Canyon's probably the favorite, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lagoon was the first one, which was fun.
Oh yeah, I liked Lagoon, but it had first level syndrome. It just didn't have the depth.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe it gets bumped off our list later. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Mike.
Next up on my list is actually Europa Universalis 5, which one of those.
It looks awesome.
Oh, I honestly think it's one of the deepest grand strategies out there.
This is one that I would not fight you if you wanted to put this on the bracket.
It is perhaps the accumulation of the last 2 or 3 Paradox games they built. They put together. It combines all these elements. You have the dynasty management of Crusader Kings in there. You have the entire economy management of Victoria in there for some reason. I don't know what Paradox is cooking, but I'm excited to see where this game stands 2 years from now. Yeah, because it is already complex.
Paradox games just get endless amounts of content updates as well.
It's going to be insane here in a year or so when they add more and more flavor to it.
Yeah, let's put it on the list. I think I guess it's up to you. It's your decision.
Yeah, I'd put it on here. I don't think it's going to get far because it is like complex Paradox game, but
it's also it's always tough for a game that only one of us played to get past the first round.
Exactly. Yeah. But we have to respect the good games here.
Yeah.
All right. The next game on my list is Hollow Knight Silksong, and
that's going on.
This is one of the best video games I've played in my entire life.
It's quite
so
good.
I'm putting it on this list. Yeah,
it is quite good.
What a story for this game, man! Like almost radio silence for over half a decade, and then suddenly, boom, we're releasing in like 2 weeks. And then everyone scrambles.
Clear Obscure is my favorite game of the year, right? I don't think we've been, but we're not being hush-hush about that at all. But I don't think any other game this year had me. Well, maybe Monster Hunter. I actually don't remember Monster Hunter's launch that well. But when Silksong came out, I sat down and I was like, everything I did.
I was glued to my screen.
Yeah, 52 hours of that game went by like it was nothing. Like, it was just immediately get off work, boot up Silksong, play it, eat dinner at some point, and then play it until like a little after bedtime.
And I want to say, like, in an era where like more and more people put out their first game and it's great, But then people put out their second game, and it's kind of middling, more of the same.
Right.
Maybe just as good.
Lightning doesn't always strike twice.
Hollow Knight was lightning in a bottle. Right.
Yeah.
And then Hollow Knight Silksong proved that it was no fluke.
So if you had to pick
I
one
think-
between, I'm curious, would you pick Hollow Knight or Silksong?
Silksong, easily. Yeah.
I probably go Hollow Knight, honestly.
Yeah.
But they're both, it's like 2 10 out of 10s, you know? Like,
Yeah. Just two, and yes, exactly like you said.
there was just a little bit that I don't want to say missing in a sense that Silksong needed it to be an amazing game, but stuff that I loved from Hollow Knight that wasn't in Silksong, like the Path of Pain. Like
well,
the more
Silksong's
obtuse-
not done yet, right? Like, I'm
Right,
sure
we
they'll
could get-
add
yeah.
some of that challenge stuff later.
But Hollow Knight had the Path of Pain at launch.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the Path of Pain was at launch. It got the Grim Troop DLC, it got the Godhome DLC, and it got one other. Void something? I don't know.
Void Heart or Void.
I think
Song,
Void Heart was an
something?
addition. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got 3 DLCs, and I never finished Godhome. Godhome was too hard for me.
Nope. Yeah, that's too much for me.
Silk
Yeah.
Song, I actually think I would be more likely because I like the Silk Song combat more than the Hollow Knight combat, I think.
Yeah, I think just the mechanics they've introduced, like the moving Hornet around, just feels so good.
Yeah,
Fighting
and I walked
feels so
away
good.
from Silk Song hungry for harder boss fights, weirdly. Like, I was satisfied
Even though there were a
until-
couple bosses, like,
Yeah.
I mean, Lost Lace.
Well,
Was
yeah,
no,
I was
joke.
satisfied until I fought Lost Lace, and then Lost Lace showed me what could be, and I was
Yeah.
like, no, I could go for a few more of these.
Yeah, and I suspect we'll get them
I
in
do
the
too.
DLC.
I think,
so.
yeah, I think we'll get a Godhome style DLC. I hope it's not literally just the God Seekers again. I hope they come up with a new narrative.
We'll see.
Justification, but
What I was gonna say, I do suspect this game to go far in our bracket because
Yes.
it is a dang good game.
it's a banger.
All right,
Back to
Connor.
me. I'm still on the trend of games that were not finished. Next is Doom Dark Ages. I do
Yeah.
think this game goes on the bracket, but I didn't finish it.
Okay.
Something else came out. I think it might have been Silksong. I think Silksong came out and interrupted my Doom Dark Ages playthrough.
Mhm.
I loved it. It was. I don't know if I loved it as much as I loved Doom Eternal because it felt a little easier. But I was playing this on the highest difficulty that you can without it being permadeath.
Right, because who wants to do that?
Yeah. I
Erase
mean,
your
maybe
save or whatever.
eventually once I get better at it. But I really liked it. It did actually like kind of go on a little longer than I thought it would.
Really?
And
But
yeah.
you're not done with it yet.
And I'm not done with it. Yeah.
Hmm.
I would have to buy it to finish it. That's the thing. I played it on Game Pass. And I will.
Right.
This is one I'm like certain I will eventually buy and finish. But like, I paid for Game Pass. I'm gonna wait for a sale at this point. And I'll probably just start the game over because I liked it and it's not that long. But I liked the cool shield mechanics. I liked all the guns. The game was very pretty. This was the first. I think this was the same engine as Indiana Jones, like where it was like ray tracing mandatory and everything, but it performed
Yeah.
well. It looked good. Big fan of Doom Dark Ages, and I do want it on the bracket, I think.
All right. Then on the list it goes. Mike. Are you out of
next
games?
up on my list? No, I'm almost. I played Headliners this year, which it's friend slop.
Did
Just
it come out early access?
Headliners,
news.
okay.
It came out this year, I do
Okay,
believe.
good.
Yeah, it wasn't early access. It came out of early access this year, I do believe. Let me double
How was it?
check. I had a lot of fun with it. Played it for about 7 hours. Being
7
like-
hours, I don't know.
Yeah, about 8 hours. I mean, there's not a lot.
Back
to
in the
do
day,
with
that was a
friend slop
full game,
yeah,
man.
that was a full game.
No, yeah,
like
but
they
for a
keep
friend
adding
slot,
to it.
I don't know.
They
if
did
that,
they added a bunch to it recently. Like they added Paris and the White House maps that we haven't played on.
Okay.
But I did like the photography element. Instead of gathering loot, you're taking pictures and you're encouraged to get your friends in dangerous predicaments to get higher scoring photos.
Yeah, I do like that friend
And-
friend likes. I'm gonna still trying to push that because I like it.
Yeah.
I like that they're moving away from the Lethal Company formula because I think the Lethal Company formula is actually not very good. Like the
Also, yeah, it's
go in and grab
then you
stuff.
still have to extract, but each person's camera is a resource you have to grab. So if someone has
that's cool.
thousands of points worth of photos on their camera, you need to get their camera or you will not get their points.
Yeah.
So, but my favorite element of it is just the sheer chaos that happens when the monsters interact with the map. Because outside, cars will just go flying, monsters can knock around things.
Yeah.
I have a video of my friend standing on top of a car trying to take a selfie. And another car, as I swap to spectate him, a car comes up from out of nowhere and absolutely annihilates him. And I just lose it. It has the ability to make the soy face too, so it's a 10 out of 10 game for me.
Oh, that does get points.
Yeah, it got big points that you can soy face to your friend's corpse.
Does it go on the list though?
I don't know. I feel like there's better friend likes that have come out this year.
I can think of one.
But this is just one. Yeah, this is just one that I've enjoyed a little bit.
So do you want it on?
Well, it's good to shout them out.
We could put it on there if we don't have space. If we have space, I don't know if we're gonna have enough to fill out a.
I think it's probably gonna fall off, but
we're gonna filter later.
Yeah.
If you think it should be on the list, we'll put it on the list.
Yeah, throw it up there.
All right. The next game on my list, let's see, make sure we don't repeat anything. Mario Kart World. So, I know you have lots of bad things to say about Mario Kart
I think it
World
goes on the
Tour,
list.
But I think it's one of the games I had the most fun with this year, especially with friends and family.
But, I like it. It's fixed now.
Well, you've only played it by yourself or online, right?
No,
like it's so much fun in a group setting.
My dad had a stroke the week it came out, and I went home and played it with my family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to play it with my brother and sister and my stepmom and dad, and I liked it. It's just like baffling decisions. Like it's a weird game because the good parts of the game are
and it does
good.
seem like
there's
they're patching in a lot of fixes that make the game align with what like more people want. So
I mean, there was like a full good Mario Kart game there even at launch. But then there was also that constituted less than 10% of the game. And like the game was like 95% slop, like just garbage slop that like you basically sit through for it to be over. And they've realized that. And they're literally in the new updates. They're changing the intermission courses because they're so boring. They're actually like essentially replacing courses because they're so bad. And they need to because they are extraordinarily bad and boring. And I hope to God they never try to do another open world Mario Kart game because it just didn't work. It fundamentally did not work.
I mean, I do appreciate that they tried something different for the first time for Mario Kart, like since Double Dash, really.
But like if I'm sitting down with my friends, I'm going to play versus mode and we're not going to touch the intermission courses. Like I can't. Or we're going to play Knockout Tour. But even Knockout Tour, I think is
Knockout Tour is. I think it's great fun. That's like the mode me, my friends, my family, we all love that mode.
I don't get that though, because it's just like a mode where if you play bad, you don't even get to finish the race.
But that's like the stakes feel so high, right? Like
I guess if you're playing
your heart's pumping.
Reasonably evenly matched players, the Knockout Tour can be fun. I'm never playing with evenly matched players. I'm always. It is very rare that I'm not an order of magnitude better than either everyone I'm playing with or everyone except one person I'm playing with. Like it's very rare that I'm playing with 4 people that are like at my skill level. I'm usually
But like there's so many times in Mario, especially in Mario Kart World, where the items are like the great equalizer, right? Like you can just get completely unlucky all the time. Maybe you're just godlike at this game. I don't know if I believe that, but
I'm very like I mean certainly no one in my family could like beat me. Like it just was not. It wasn't even going to be close.
Yeah, I mean, like I definitely
everyone filthy casuals.
No, I definitely won most often, but like there were absolutely times where I would just get nailed at the end and like lose, and that would happen frequently.
Like I took Mario Kart to that what was it? The parking day thing that I did, where we played some Smash Bros and we played some Mario Kart, and that was like a random crowd of strangers, and I sat there and I don't believe I ever placed below second, and we played for like an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. Like it just, if you know how to mitigate the items, which I watched hours and hours of Shortcat telling me how to mitigate the items, you're just going to do pretty well. You can get unlucky, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the way I play Mario Kart, I have a great time with it. And
I've perhaps optimized the fun out, but
maybe, yeah.
It's
All right,
it's
but
not like you
I
have
think
to
it
like.
goes on the list.
Yeah, I think it goes on the list. I guess I'm up next, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Wander Stop. I played this year. This does not go on the list, dude.
Okay. Yeah.
This is probably the worst game I played this year. I hate this game. I don't want to be like mean, but
Was this the one you said was like super pretentious or something?
yeah, I was really, 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 really excited for Wander Stop because it's the guy who did the Beginner's Guide, the Stanley Parable, Davey Reedon, I think is his name, and I was really excited for just his next game. But it's a game about burnout, and it's just so like in your face about it all the time. It's like there's a metaphor. You're playing as a warrior, like a fighter, and she can't pick up her sword anymore. It's too heavy for her. And it's like she's burnt out, and so she can't fight anymore. That's the metaphor. And it's all just this guy telling you to chill and make tea or whatever. But it's like always in your face. It's like, oh, you could do this, but you don't have to. We're not going to make you do anything because this is a chill game where you can do whatever you want because you're here to relax. And it's like, shut up, man. I could go for a walk. Like I didn't pay $20 for you to not give me a game to play. Like,
yeah, you're right.
it's like it's so. I don't know, man. I think there's a certain kind of person who like loves this game and maybe it like speaks to them and like, but for me, it was like, brother, I've been burnt out before and your stupid tea making game is not going to fix it. Like you need a nap. You need like to take some time.
Go do something else.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. And also all that stuff seems really obvious to me. Maybe that's not, maybe there are workaholics who it's not obvious that when you're burnt out, you should just stop for a while. But that seems really obvious to me. Yeah. I didn't need a video.
I mean,
game
me
to tell
too.
Me that.
Yeah.
So, not going on the list.
Not on the list.
I got one more.
All right.
Cataclysmo came out this year, which was that They Are Billions kind of style game. But it had the manual. It had the manual wall building. It's a wave survival RTS.
Oh, okay.
But every single piece of wall is built off of building blocks, and the higher you build it, the stronger the wall is. That's about all I could say about it. I have not played a lot of it.
Okay.
But it was it's a novel concept, is the ability to build your own castles and fortifications. And like every unit has different heights that they're effective at. So if a unit's too high, it won't be as effective as if it's lower on the wall. So you have to build multi-tiered defensive structures. It's kind of nifty. It's a nifty take on the genre.
Does not sound like it's going on the list though.
Yeah, I don't think it's going
Good
on the
shout
list.
out.
Yeah.
Good shout out to the game. And that's all I got, though. I'm out of games.
All right.
It's been a
just
slow
bounce
year
between
for
me
me.
and Connor here now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My next game is Sword of the Sea. So
Those
if
are
you
the
remember
Journey
this,
guys, right?
yes, these are the Journey people. Very much, pulls that Journey aesthetic. You're in the desert. You're a cloaked figure.
No, this to me
like
felt
that,
like the We're Out of
that
Money
sort of thing.
release Journey 2.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was fine, right? Like it was pretty. It was the wave surf, like the sand surfing mechanics were kind of fun, but like it absolutely was not Journey, right? Like it wasn't. Journey was like a profound game to me, right? Like it left like a mark on me. Like it was one of those gaming experiences I will like remember for the rest of my life. This was just like, okay, it's kind of fun playing around in the sand for a bit, right? So it's fine. I don't think it needs to go on this list, but it is a game I played this year. So
I'll go next. I'm gonna go Peak next. I do think this goes on the list. I think this is the best friend-like yet. There are some games I think coming up that could usurp it, but Peak it's a game where you and your buds play as these like little scout guys, like Boy Scout, Girl Scout, whatever scouts, and your plane crashes, and you have to climb a mountain to like get rescued. And it's a pretty simple mechanic set. It's mostly like managing your Breath of the Wild style stamina bar. And you get hungry and your stamina bar shrinks, or you get hurt and your stamina bar shrinks, and you have items that help you cure those ailments. It's just so simple, but it's like a little sandbox, and they've added so many fun items. There are new biomes that are super interesting, and it really is like, I don't know if I'll ever get tired of it. And it is hard to separate this game. I don't like multiplayer like friendly games are so hard for this for me because there is just like, do I like Peak or do I like talking to my friend for an hour, or for 2 hours?
I think it's a combination of both. You know?
It's just such a good social lubricant game. Like Fortnite is a game I hop on to talk to my friends, and I like Peak a lot more than I like Fortnite, for instance. So I think Peak does go on the list. I think it is also like the farthest from Lethal Company I think any of these friend likes have been, which I really appreciate.
Yeah, and I had a lot of fun playing it with you and Ryan that one time.
Yeah, and I don't know if Ryan ever got a win, so we might want to hop back in and get there.
Yeah, like especially with all the updates that have come out.
Yeah,
Be interesting
they're
to
very
check out
fun.
again.
I'd be happy to hop in anytime. It's just, I don't know, the scheduling with Ryan.
Right.
But yeah, I'm enamored with Peak. I actually think if I had my way, it would actually go pretty far in this bracket. I think it's a good game. It's probably my favorite multiplayer game this year.
Wow. Yeah.
No, Monster Hunter Wilds. I think I like Monster Hunter more than Peak.
Arc Raiders.
I think I like Peak more than Arc Raiders. Weirdly, I don't think it's as interesting. You know, it doesn't have the social dilemmas, but
Right.
I do really like it.
So next for me is a game that is also absolutely going on this list, and that is Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
I figured this would be going
Love
on.
this
Yeah.
game, man. I love this game.
Probably coming to PC soon. Streets are saying. Probably announced
And I will
at the
say,
Game Awards.
Right. I think even if Death Stranding 1 didn't vibe with you, I think it is probably worth checking out Death Stranding 2. Like, obviously, you're still doing a lot of, like, walking around and delivering. But what he's done is taken, like, the really good combat from Metal Gear Solid 5 and kind of shoved it into Death Stranding 2. So you have lots of options now dealing with enemies. And all of a sudden, right, like, it becomes like a delivery simulator, but also like a stealth game or also like an action game, right? So you can really play it however you want.
I think ironically, like the stuff that didn't really work for me in Death Stranding 1 was the story. I actually engaged with the mechanics okay.
Yeah, the story in Death Stranding 2, absolutely off the wall, craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I love that Kojima 100% knows it, right? He's not trying to be serious and be like, oh, let me tell this like really sappy story. It is crazy.
He plays
Kojima is a
himself in this
crazy
game, right?
person. Does he? I don't.
He plays
He
himself in
does.
something. Because I saw a tweet.
He might just be like a cameo or something.
I saw a tweet and it was saying Hideo.
Yeah, no, I remember. I know what you're talking about. It wasn't Death Stranding. It was something. It was a different game.
But it was so funny. It said Hideo Kojima, played by Hideo Kojima, and somebody commented under it, "Will you be continuing this role?" And he just answered no.
I think it was in Metal Gear Solid, right?
No. It was. I forget what it was, but
Yeah, I
it
have no
wasn't.
idea.
It was recent, and it was not Death Stranding. That's
Okay.
all I remember.
What is it? Was he in he was in Cyberpunk like as an NPC?
Was it
kind of
Cyberpunk?
thing?
I don't remember. Yeah.
Well,
I
he
have no
wasn't.
idea.
It wasn't him, but it was like a cameo for him. I do believe.
Yeah.
I have
like,
no idea, guys.
I don't know. I just love that. Like, it's good-natured fun. Kojima knows that. Like, he's not telling the most serious, profound story, and he has a lot of fun with it. Like, there are absolutely like serious moments in Death Stranding 2, but that's not why I remember Death Stranding 2. I remember Death Stranding 2 because you have a guitar solo battle with the final boss, right? Like
Okay.
crazy stuff like
That
that.
does sound cool.
Yeah. It's great. All right, Connor, what about you?
I'm trying to. I have one on my list that I know you're gonna say eventually, so I'm trying not to say it.
Oh, you can say it. It's fine.
No, I'm gonna go Megabonk next. I think I'm the only one who played this, but I do think it makes the list. It's the first game I've played or seen really that actually kind of felt like an evolution on Vampire Survivors.
Okay, is that what this? I've heard
This
so
was
much
the-
about Megabonk. I'm still not sure what it is.
It is essentially 3D Vampire Survivors, but it does enough with that 3D-ness to be a different game to me. I actually haven't played a ton of it. I played it a ton when it first came out, and then something happened and I stopped playing it. I have no idea what, but it was certainly worth the cost of admission. Really funny game, great game. I love these like big numbers games where you can feasibly, like, if you get a build going, you get a run, and it can just like get
I love that stuff too, dude.
absurd. And I
I didn't know this was 3D Vampire Survivors. If it is, I definitely need to check it out.
It's 3D Vampire Survivors mixed with a little bit of Risk of Rain 2.
Okay, I don't know
for
what that
good
means,
measure.
but-
Oh, Risk of Rain 2 is, oh my god, that's a game we should play together sometime. That game,
Okay.
But it's just an insanely good Steam Deck game. I don't know if this came to consoles. I don't think so. I think it's Steam only. So that's probably why you haven't seen much about it.
I mean, I've heard lots of good things about it.
Yeah, it's really, really fun. I mean, it was up for best debut indie game, but they pulled out because I'm pretty sure there's like a whole conspiracy around who developed this game, but there was a famous YouTuber named Danny Dev, and they're pretty sure it's him under a different name, because the developers, like the studio name is literally Danny Dev backwards. It's like Vetinad or something.
Oh, okay.
And so it's probably him. And he pulled out because he said, no, I've released other games before. This isn't a debut for me. He was just doing it under a pseudonym. But yeah, it deserved to be in that category. It's a really, really fun game, and it has a ton of depth that I haven't even touched, because I just didn't really get far enough. Like, I didn't do the equivalent of killing death or whatever it was in Vampire Survivors. Like that sort of stuff I'm pretty sure is there, and I haven't done it yet. So I'm excited to go back to it, but it kind of fell into like, this is a great Steam Deck game. I'm going to save this for when I'm stuck on a bus for 6 hours, Yeah. Or a plane or whatever. I think it goes on the list, though. I think it goes on the list.
It's on the list.
It's one of the weaker entries on the list, but it's on the list.
Next game I have is Civilization 7. Can't believe this came out this year, right? This has been quite a year.
Is that like January?
It was like one of the first games this year, yeah. I don't know if it was January, February, but anyways. I really, really like this game, but I fully acknowledge the kind of turmoil around it right now, right? Like, it launched, people weren't happy with a lot of the decisions. They've been patching the crap out of it, like overhauling major systems. So I actually haven't played it recently. I would suspect that it's going to be like drastically different if I play it again because of how much they've changed it in response to feedback. But I quite liked their original vision for it. It's probably not there too much anymore, because like the big controversial thing was like the eras and how you switch civilizations when you change eras. People really didn't like that. They wanted to be the same civilization throughout, which I get it.
Have they changed that?
I think that's still in, but like there's a lot more that carries over from era to era now, so it feels more like a connected game.
It'd be such a strange thing to change. Like, that's
because that is the core yeah, exactly. That's like the foundation of Civilization 7. So it's not just something they can patch out, which I don't know. Like, if they keep getting pushback, maybe they'll just like make another Civ 7. But I quite liked it. I thought it was a fresh take on the Civilization formula. I liked all the changes they made to combat and all of that. Due to the nature of this game being so different, and because we have Europa Universalis, I'm going to respectfully bow out and not put it on the list.
I'd put it on the list. Like, Civ deserves it, but
all right, let's put it on the list. We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll put it
on
like,
we can trim.
It's probably above Mega
because I don't think it's a better game than Europa Universalis, but I mean, I haven't played it, but like just from what I've seen, it seems incredible. But I really enjoyed it, so that, I guess that's what counts, right? So okay, Connor.
I'm gonna do a curveball here. This is a game I was actually gonna save for games I've been playing this week, but I want to talk about it. And I have a lot of other games. So it's called Deadly Delivery. It just came out. It might be in early access. I can't remember. And I can't bring up Steam right now without messing up our recording.
If it is, can't be on our list.
You see, that was my next thing I was going to say. Is it doesn't really matter because it doesn't make the list anyway.
Okay, yeah.
I do really like the game, and I see myself going back to it. It's a friend-like, VR-only friend-like. And you play as goblins who are delivering packages to a dungeon. To a few different dungeons. My problem with it really comes down to is it really just feels like Lethal Company again. Like, it's new monsters, new situations that you're getting into. I think the real issue I have with it is I don't really see why it couldn't have been a flat screen game. I like it in VR, and I would have chosen to play it in VR, but I don't really. The only thing I can see in it that couldn't have been done flat screen is like the way you actually have to do climbing with your arms a few times. And that's like not transformational. It feels like, I don't know. I question the business sense of this developer. It kind of feels like it's in VR just to differentiate itself from other friend-likes. And that sits weird with me. I don't think it makes the game worse, but it doesn't I don't know. There's nothing about it that is like you could only do this in VR. Like you're. I mean, it is like really immersive, and it like the scares are way scarier because they feel they're right. You know, when a giant monster is coming at you, he's really coming at you. He's right there. And there are situations where like your hands are full, I guess, where like you're carrying boxes and you have something in your left hand, your right hand, your pockets are full, like all that, and that would be awkward to do in flat screen.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know if it really like you could have just done a Lethal Company mod to put VR in it, and I think you'd have been very close to this. So
I do like that they kind of really went for it, right? Like it's VR and it's a friend-like game, very targeted kind of
yeah, no
vision.
I mean, the audience for this is small because like I don't know how the sales are for VR games. I can't imagine the budget was huge for this.
Yeah.
And I do feel like this was, you know, probably among the best VR games released this year because it is a good game. Like, my problem isn't that it's not a good game. My problem is that like it would have been a good game flat too. I guess like it's not super original,
Right.
But it gets the job done. And it's like weird because like the audience of people that have a VR headset and like. I guess all three of us have VR headsets, but like I wouldn't be able to get you two into a headset to play this game. Like,
right,
it just wouldn't have happened. I was able to get my buddy Christian to play it with me, and I'm glad, and we had a good time. But I just wonder how many people can get a group of friends into VR to play this.
Yeah, I imagine it's not a lot. But.
I mean, I guess anybody that plays VR chat could just ask their VR chat friends. So I guess that audience exists. I still don't actually. I try to keep an eye on the VR market, but I really don't understand the audience that well, I don't think.
Yeah. I feel like it might be younger people younger than us.
Definitely on Quest. PC VR is people with disposable income. We are the exact age of PC VR users.
Okay.
I think I was vaguely talking to someone who was very big into VR chat.
Yeah.
At one point in the last like couple months.
Yeah.
Didn't go anywhere.
It is a thing. People
like it.
Like
yeah.
If I remember, she had like this whole server of just like really weird VR chat users.
People, I mean, I know someone who slept in their headset.
Yeah, I knew people that sleep in their headsets all the time.
That's crazy to me.
Dude, he slept.
That's crazy.
I know people who use it for things that we can't mention on the show. I know people who use it as like a meeting space for their streaming communities.
I mean, I know. My buddy Christian right now is he just moved back in with his parents and he's using it to play video games, like flat screen games on, just because it is he doesn't have a super comfortable setup right now, but he has like a big screen beyond, I think. So it's a super light headset. He just throws it on, good audio solution, and he's got a huge screen to play video games on. And
nice.
That works great. Which is what Valve is selling with the Steam frame, I guess.
Right. All right, what do I have next on my list? My next game is Split Fiction, and I think this 100% goes on the list. I think it's an incredible game. I think Hazelight, I believe, is the studio name, Joseph Ferris. They really have a winning formula here with their like split-screen co-op adventure games.
I'm mad at myself that I haven't played this one.
Games.
I said I was going to play this before our Game of the Year discussion, and it's just not going to happen now.
But fantastic game. You definitely need someone to play it with, right? Like, don't just matchmake online. You can do that, I think, but like, but definitely,
unhinged.
Play it with someone you know. And it's great fun. Very creative, just like It Takes Two. Both this game and It Takes Two are just like flexes of creativity in both like level design, ideas. Like, it's great. Which is the better game? I don't know. I would still probably maybe lean Split Fiction because it was, It Takes Two because it was the first.
I mean, it won Game of the Year that year, didn't it?
It did win Game of the Year, yeah.
I don't even feel like
but
Split Fiction isn't even nominated this year, is it?
I think it might have gotten bumped off, yeah.
Yeah.
But like, don't make no mistake, it is on that caliber.
It is. Okay.
So like, if you had the opinion you liked Split Fiction better than It Takes Two, that would not be controversial at all, I think.
Okay.
They're both,
I was
like,
under the
pretty
impression
equivalent.
it was not as good as It Takes Two, so I'm...
I think it is.
Okay.
I prefer It Takes Two, but I think it's up there, yeah. So I'm gonna put it on our list here. Connor?
I will say Wheel World next. This is a weird one. This is a game that exists in a world entirely around racing bicycles. It's not going on this list. Don't you worry. It was fine as a Game Pass game. And I imagine like there was an audience that liked it pretty well, but it was like I don't know, it was like a very middling indie game. I was not like excited by it. I got bored with it pretty quick. It had like cool customization of your bike and stuff, but like the mechanics did not feel particularly deep to me. The actual like moment to moment racing, I felt like I pretty much got my fill of it within an hour and a half. So, which is a shame because when I saw it, I was kind of excited for it. I really liked the art style. I don't know. It did not land for me.
It happens. All right, the next game on my list is Hades 2. And this is probably the game you were thinking about mentioning earlier, right? Yeah, I knew you were going to say it eventually,
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I think this is one of the best games of the year. I love Hades 2.
It goes on the list for sure.
Definitely goes on the list. I just like I don't know, for me, I know you didn't have this experience, but like every run that I went on felt so unique. And like, especially like getting more boons, getting more powerful, unlocking more aspects for your weapons as you go, it just leads to such insane gameplay variety, especially combined with like the tarot card system that you can configure at the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
It's definitely evergreen. And Hades 1 had a lot of that too, but like I think it's Hades 2 takes that to the nth degree. Like it's just, I feel like
it's significantly better than Hades 1 in my opinion.
I feel like I could not get bored playing Hades 2. At least not for a very, very, very long time. So,
did you finish it?
Hades 2.
You did.
No, actually, I think something came out and I got distracted. But I think I'm like 2 runs away from finishing it.
See,
right, like
that
I'm very
was kind
close.
of my beef with Hades 2 was I beat Kronos so fast and I felt done, even though there was like
the other half of the game is much more difficult, I would argue.
But also they wanted me to beat Kronos 10 times or something. I was like, come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, I think it's 5 times Kronos and then 5 times Typhon.
And I just felt
whatever.
no urge to beat Kronos 5 times. I didn't want to do it.
See, but like the story is whatever to me, right? Like I think we both agree on that.
Yeah.
I thought that actually the story in Hades 1 was a little more compelling, but like
I did too.
It's just so fun to play, man. Like it's so fun to play.
This was another one that was just such a good Steam Deck game that it kind of got
oh yeah. Brilliant on Switch too. Loved it on Switch. 120 frames docked on Switch too, which is great.
And it'll probably be a Steam frame game as well once that's a thing.
Oh yeah.
It was Valve was using it to show off the Steam frame.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So great game going on the list. Connor, I think we're approaching the end here.
This is my last game.
Okay.
To a T. Another game that I really wanted to like. This is the Katamari guy.
Okay.
This was a game about disability, where you play as a kid who his arms are just stretched out in a T, like he's T-posing all the time and he can't stop. And so it is played straight as like this is a kid with a disability, but it's kind of a goofy, silly disability. But it is absolutely like it affects his life. He's sad about it sometimes. He gets bullied about it sometimes. But he learns to accept himself and whatever. And all that is great. The messaging is great. The gameplay is perhaps the most boring thing I've ever experienced. It was just kind of walking around, and I like a good walking sim, and this was not a good walking sim. There was like silly stuff happening, like songs would play, like, and I thought that was great. Like there's a song about a giraffe that likes making sandwiches, and I'm like, yes, this is what I want. That was hilarious. But the actual moment-to-moment gameplay, like there's like a whole brushing your teeth mini game that they make you do, and they actually like, yeah, that wasn't very fun. We made it skippable every other day. Like, why'd you make me do it the first time? Like, I don't know. I guess the point was to prove that he has difficulties in his daily life. Things that are easy for a normal person are difficult for him. I get all that. But the end result is a game that I did not have any urge to continue.
Because if your moment-to-moment gameplay isn't good, you don't really have... Nothing can really salvage that, right? That's like the core...
And I thought that was too bad because after like Katamari, I had high hopes for the game.
Yeah, and there was a Katamari game released this year as well, actually.
Yeah, there was.
So I don't know if...
Not play it. I've never played a Katamari game. I just know that they're well regarded, and I figured...
Yeah.
his next
They're
game.
goofy little games. I mean, this definitely seems like a much different in tone, kind of.
Yeah.
From Katamari, certainly. But.
Yeah, it was interesting. It's something I kind of wish I'd finished because I wonder if it picked up later, but not what I played of it. I played a couple hours and was just not enthralled.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 2 games left, I think. So, first game, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Can you believe this came out this year?
I forgot about that. Wait,
Assassin's Creed Shadows. March or something? I don't know.
Okay.
I remember playing it right before I went to Japan.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I saw this
True.
in Assassin's Creed and then saw it in Japan. But yeah, it was great. Like, I think ultimately though, I think it was a market improvement over recent Assassin's Creed games, but ultimately it runs into the same problem of where it is so long and there's just so much stuff in it, and that stuff, it doesn't have enough substance to justify the length of the game. Right, like, so even though it was an improvement, eventually you get that sense of fatigue that is oh so familiar with modern Assassin's Creed.
I ironically think the VR Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Nexus, might be one of the best modern Assassin's Creeds for that reason, because it is like a 15-hour game.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I want from Assassin's Creed, man. Give me another, like, 20-hour or less Assassin's Creed, please.
It's a shame nobody ever played it or will play it, because it's like, you revisit Connor, Cassandra, and Ezio, I think.
Okay, so like jumps across time.
Yeah, like, and you're jumping back and forth throughout the game, I think. And it has good combat, good stealth, good climbing, all in VR, a VR package, but it's a Quest exclusive. So the overlap between people that want to play an Assassin's Creed game and people that are on Quest is basically non-existent. So
right.
Maybe it'll get ported to Steam Frame or something, but
yeah. So I mean, I appreciate like the improvement. Like, I remember when it came out, I was very glowing on this game. Like, Naoe is so much fun to control. Like, she has stealth controls. You can go prone now. Like, the stealth in this game was much improved from recent entries. But like,
she had like a whole arsenal, right? I remember you kind of.
So Naoe was the stealthy one, and Yasuke was like the strong one.
Oh, right? Okay.
And they both have completely different playstyles, and I really like playing stealthy as Naoe in this game. Like, the stealth was like quite good.
Stealth in an Assassin's Creed game,
right? Yeah, it's a new thing, right? And like they had some like really clever ideas around light, right? Like you could extinguish candlelight to, be sneakier and stuff like that. But ultimately, same thing, right? Like there's a billion bases across this game, right? Like, and you have to do it, like. I don't care how good, like I said, I could play Hades 2 forever, right? Like obviously there's an upper limit on that, but like Hades 2 keeps things so interesting in the moment-to-moment gameplay. Assassin's Creed, yeah, sure, it's fun for the first few dozen hours, but like eventually you're gonna get kind of fatigued.
There's also something to be said for a reasonable level of difficulty, which I kind of doubt Assassin's Creed has any difficulty.
No,
it's pretty rare from what I remember.
I think it's like. Yeah, I guess you could like be under leveled to artificially boost the difficulty, but like it's whatever. And plus, like I just don't care for the RPG stuff in Assassin's Creed. No. I really don't, like, at all. Like I miss the old action adventure style Assassin's Creeds. So like I don't want to increase the stats on my sword or whatever. Like no. So Assassin's Creed Shadows, I think it was an improvement. I had fun with it, but I would not put it on the list. And the final game I have that I played this year is Pokemon Legends ZA. And
you want it on the list?
I had a lot of no, it's not going to go on the list.
I was going to say,
but I had a lot of fun with this game, and I was kind of surprised, right? Like I was not really expecting much, but like I don't know, man. Like Pokemon, it's just maybe it's the nostalgia in me. But like I always seem to enjoy these games more than I think I will.
Yeah.
And I will say very technically sound on Switch 2, which I don't know if this is turning over a new leaf for Game Freak, right? Because Scarlet and Violet, immaculate on Switch 2. Pokemon Legends ZA, very clean looking image resolve, right? Like it was absolutely using DLSS.
I'm curious how long they're going to keep releasing on the original Switch, because
right, yeah.
I think Pokemon switched to the DS pretty much instantly, didn't they? And then did
but like
and then...
I don't know. The market is different now, right? Like there's no such thing as like I think cross-gen is going to be way more prevalent going forward.
Yeah.
Like, I think there will be I think there's a decent chance we're gonna get like PS4, PS5, and PS6 games coming out at the same time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So-
that I know I keep bringing up Steam hardware because it's been on my mind a lot, but I think that's going to be a saving grace for the Steam machine is that especially with RAM the way it is right now.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that deserves an episode by itself.
But
when
I
we have the time.
suspect I think we'll be getting PS5 games for the next like 8 years. Like,
Yeah, which I think that's a good thing, right? Like, there's no
Yeah.
need to rush forward here. I think we're very comfortable.
yeah, certainly not
Where we
anymore.
are right now.
Like as long as you, I like developers pushing the high end on PC and everything. I like that exists, but I don't need a game to ever look better than Arc Raiders.
Yeah, we've kind of really hit
Like-
the minimum. Like, it's fine, you
Yeah,
know, like
we're good.
it's fine.
We did it. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's all the games I played this year. And now the fun part, the filtering stage.
So how many games do we
So
have?
we have 19 games currently
So
on
we
the
need
list,
to
which
knock
is actually
3
pretty
off.
close. Yeah. So let me list off these 19 games really quick. They are Abiotic Factor, Battlefield 6, Blueprints, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Arc Raiders, Monster Hunter Wilds, Ghost of Yotei, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Europa Universalis 6, Hollow Knight Silksong, Doom the Dark Ages, Headliners, Mario Kart World, Peak, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Megabank, Civilization 7, Split Fiction, Hades 2.
It's actually going to be really
Anything
hard.
jump out right off the bat? Because we maybe we can eliminate one or two, but I think it might be tough.
I think it's actually really hard. Because
This is a good list of games.
I even said Megabank could maybe fall off, but hearing it,
And I said Ghost of Yotei could maybe fall off, but and Mike, you said maybe, what did you say? Headliners maybe? Or which one did you
Headliners,
say?
Yeah.
Headliners
we all have-
to me.
I mean, we could make this clean and just kill those three and say we're done, right? But is that what we want to
that's
do?
one from each of us. I actually really like that. I think that's
Yeah.
clean, and that's
Should we
all
do it?
games that only one of us played.
Yeah.
So there's no interesting discussion to be had.
Alliance, or like calm before the storm type thing.
I
before
like
we
that.
yell
I think
at
we
each
I
other
think we knocked this.
on the
Are you
bracket.
happy with that, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Clean 16.
So
I love
Ghost of Yotei is gone. Headliners is gone. And what would Megabank? For
Megabank.
you?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna go through this list again. So our top 16 games for 2025 are Abiotic Factor, Battlefield 6, Blueprints, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, Arc Raiders, Monster Hunter Wilds, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Europa Universalis 6, Hollow Knight Silksong, Doom the Dark Ages, Mario Kart World, Peak, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Civilization 7, Split Fiction, and Hades 2. That's a great
That's
list
a
of
great
games.
list. Also, I thought you would put it in alphabetical order for a second.
Oh, that would have been sick if I did.
Well, yeah, like the
But
first
no.
4 I think are like Abiotic.
Yeah, they are.
was
yeah,
like-
that's funny.
That's weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
good list.
that's a great list of games, and I think we'll have a great bracket. Like, even if
I mean, this has been a crazy year.
but I think it'll be a great bracket. Yeah,
This has been an absurdly good year for games, I feel like, which
very, very high quality games.
and it wasn't a year that we went into expecting.
No,
Yeah.
not at
So
all.
That's
I
been
didn't
very
expect
cool.
any of this.
Yeah. I mean, I thought Monster Hunter Wilds was going to be game of the year, and there are a lot of games at its
It's
caliber
always
or
like
higher.
what we've learned
Yeah.
for the few years we've been doing this is that you can never count something out until like the end of the year because there's always surprises. There's always big hits. And what I really like about this list of 16 games as well is that it's a very unique list of games.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, all like, it's not all AAA, it's not all indie, it's not all one genre. It's like a very good variety.
Yeah.
So,
It's got AA, AAA, indie, the whole spectrum,
Yeah.
really.
it's got roguelites, it's got RPGs, JRPGs, action RPGs,
Yeah.
action games, first person shooters. Yeah, very good. Racing games. All right, so that's our list. And we will form a bracket out of these 16 games. And our final episode of the year, we'll be putting these 16 games against each other to crown the Gametalk Game of the Year 2025.
Hell yeah.
All right, so
Games
what
we've been
have we
playing.
been playing? Yeah.
Should I start us
Oh
off?
man.
Yeah, go for it.
I talked about this last week, but I wanted to talk about it again with you on the show, Ahmed. I have been revisiting the Hitman World of Assassination trilogy,
Yeah,
but in VR.
in VR. Yeah, how is that?
I really, 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 really like it.
They nailed it, huh? They finally got it working.
Let's not be too hasty in that.
Okay.
I said I really like it. When this is working, it is maybe my favorite VR experience I've ever had. When it is working, it is like I'm actually in New York. I'm actually in Sapiens. I'm actually in Dubai.
Yeah.
And it works most of the time. So it is overall
But
a very
that's the
compelling.
thing, though. I just want to interject here. Like, I feel like that's not good enough for VR, right? Like,
Well,
VR is
okay,
so
so
immersive. If it works most of the time, that one time it doesn't work, it totally takes you out of it.
You're right.
Kills it.
That is 100% true, because the things that aren't working is like an item gets stuck in my hand. And that is not only immersion breaking, that is game breaking. I no longer can complete this mission because I can't put the gun down and somebody's going to see me holding a gun I'm not supposed to have. Like that's, and like there have been times where I had a sniper rifle. Sniping is actually like, I'll get into that in a second, but the sniper rifle would get stuck on my head. So like I would pick it up with my hand behind my head because it was on my back. And I would move my hand forward, and I'd see the hilt of the gun like wiggling around because the gun is like clipped into 47's head.
That sucks,
something.
dude.
And yeah, and like little stuff like that. Like one, why can the gun? I actually think it was kind of a mistake to give the gun collisions against your body at all, because it is like you can hold the guns. This was a PSVR 2 update. You can hold the guns two-handed now, but there's no advantage to doing so. And it makes them significantly more awkward to aim down the sights when you can just hold a sniper rifle like this, like straight ahead and look down the sight. Like that is obviously an easier way to aim. So it's frustrating in that sense to me, because there's a little bit of metagaming that breaks the immersion. But overall, like, I'm obsessed. I've been playing this every day for a week now, I think. It's really fun to play Freelancer this way. That's new. Freelancer was not originally playable in VR.
So I was gonna say that, like, that's like the flip side of VR too, right? Like, because yes, something that breaks immersion can really be experience ruining.
Yeah.
But on the flip side is that it's so immersive that you might not actually care.
Yeah, and
right?
so that's what's been weird about this for me is I'm actually, I think, better at Freelancer in VR now than I ever was flat screen. And the reason for that is, like, I tended to rush flat screen because I was just playing the game.
Oh yeah, you can't do that in VR.
Well, in VR, I don't even want to. Like, in VR, I'm like, I figure out where my targets are. I'm like, okay, I'll work my way over there eventually. Like, I'll get to it. But
that's awesome.
I'm not on a mission. I'm on vacation. You know, I'm walking around Miami. I'm like, how real is it? And there's like a thing in VR. I mentioned this last week where, like, you got to be able to mess with the stuff on the shelf. And Hitman does fail that check a lot of times. There's a lot of glasses you can't interact with sitting on. But, like, opening level of Dubai, and I didn't expect this to work because I don't remember this, but opening level of Hitman 3 Dubai, you're walking through the entrance, and the waiter walks up to you with a tray with glasses on it, and I reached out, and I was like, this isn't going to work. I reached out, I grabbed one, I drank it,
man.
and I threw the glass because that's just a bit that I do in VR all the time. I like breaking stuff. And, like, everybody looked at me like,
activated
are you
everyone?
an idiot? Like,
I love that, man. That's awesome.
Like, everybody looked at me like, are you out of your mind? And they didn't, like, arrest me or anything, but, like, it did attract a crowd and everything. And I was like, oh my God, I'm here. Man. I'm him. Like,
yeah.
And when you pull off the assassination, you're him, dude. Like, when a plan comes together in first person in VR, it's like,
Dude, I feel like I gotta check this out.
Well, you gotta check this out for two reasons. One, it's amazing. Two, it's better on PSVR than it is on PC. From everything I've heard.
Oh, really? Why is that?
It supports dynamic foveated rendering. I think you'll get the same bugs as me, but I think your overall technical experience will be better. I had to change some settings. Like, I had a bug where I couldn't put stuff away, and I had to like change a setting for like how sensitive throwing was. And once I did that, it was letting me... And you shouldn't have any issues like that on PSVR. PSVR, I suspect it's just going to work. And also,
how's it do the movement?
Huh?
How's it do the movement? Is it like click to move or like you...
it is joystick movement. So you are going to want to play a different VR game for a while first.
Okay. Yeah.
For a week, probably, before you jump into this. There is no option to... I believe you only have free locomotion.
I mean, I do like that because I think it's more immersive, especially for Hitman.
It has not made me sick at all. And
it does take a lot to get used to.
I think you just got to play other VR games. Like you should.
Does it do the thing where it like dims the edges to make?
You can turn that on. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have it on, but you can do that. But and there's like some weird stuff. Like playing this in VR it's kind of a different game. But there's stuff that is like easier to do in VR, like carrying multiple, like dragging a body. I feel like they just let me move faster. But then there's stuff that's way harder in VR, like lining up a shot. Like shooting someone in the head in VR is significantly harder than doing it with a keyboard and mouse or a controller, because you have to line up your shot. Like you have to look down the iron sights of a pistol and land your shot.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So like there are times on controller or something where it's like, I gotta clutch this. I gotta shoot these two guys in the head in the next 10 seconds. I'm just not gonna make that move in VR. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I might be able to get them with a few body shots or something, but I'm not even going for headshots in VR. It's too hard. But then there's other stuff where like, I feel like running away is easier in VR because I can reach behind me and slam a door or something, like little stuff like that. And I don't have to turn around. I don't have to slow down. I don't have to do anything. There are a few inputs that are easier. So it's kind of a mixed bag. But it's just such an experience. I think this might be my favorite VR game right now. I just really like it. I'm like halfway through a freelancer run right now. I'm almost as far as I've ever been. Also, it is crazy. What are they? The showdowns, whatever. The one where you don't know who your target is and you have to like walk around.
Oh man,
it is like
the one in Germany.
No, like when you're in
Germany?
Freelancer, and when you
okay,
have like the descriptors. It's like I know.
You know, I still haven't actually played Freelancer.
You haven't.
I've seen lots of NL play it, but like I haven't actually played it myself.
I can't believe you haven't played it. It's so fun.
I know. I need to.
It dawned on me recently that it's an extraction shooter a little bit, because you like get your equipment in the world and then you bring it back, and you like, if you take it in with you, you risk losing it. It's a little extraction shootery, which is fascinating to me because I always thought of it as just a roguelike or roguelite. I don't know, man. I'm enamored with it. It is just so cool. You're there, you know? It's the second most immersive way I've ever played Hitman. The first obviously being when we were there, when we were actually in Vernaza.
No, that's crazy. Especially a game like
you murdered somebody in Vernaza?
I did. I had my Steam Deck with me, and I played a level of Hitman in Sapienza while I was in Vernaza. And it was
Connor's sitting there walking on Vernaza and gets a phone call.
He did make a point of that. He was just like, I have to do this.
I had to do it. No, it also, like, my Steam Deck was like updating or something crazy on their slow internet, so it didn't want to work at first. And
Europe doesn't believe in Wi-Fi. Fast Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
No, but like, I can only imagine, right? Like, especially a game like Hitman, where the levels are everything in Hitman, and actually being there in VR has got to elevate the experience so much.
And it took them so many tries to get it right, because like they did the PSVR one, it was detritus. They did,
but they knew this was something worth trying to get right. Like, if they perfect Hitman in VR, that's like one of the best. I feel like on paper, in theory, that should be one of the best video game experiences out there.
It also like has me rethinking between No Man's Sky, Hitman, and Skyrim with mods, which I haven't played yet, but I've heard very good things about. I'm actually like, I used to be a diehard, like, there are VR games and there's flat screen games and never shall the two meet. And I'm really loosening up on that because I just saw so many bad conversions. I saw the Hitman conversion, I saw the Skyrim conversion, the Fallout conversion. All of those were like pretty bad VR games.
Yeah.
But now,
and especially for games already first person, I feel like it's more logical to have a VR version as well.
But now I see, like, you can, it's imperfect, but Hitman is a very good VR game. It's like an S tier VR game. It's just extremely fun to play. And like,
that's awesome, man.
You know, so many VR games don't have the content to like really sink your teeth in, but like Hitman has the content. It's there.
Oh yeah.
And you can do it. Like, you can play Freelancer, but you can also just play the entire, and I intend to do this at some point, probably once the Steam frame comes out. And it's a little more comfortable, but I think it would be sick to play through the entire World of Assassination trilogy in VR on master mode. Or something. Yeah. I will say there's like some little stuff, like climbing is not in first person. You go third person when you climb stuff.
Oh, really?
And a lot of cutscenes are just playing on a screen in front of you. But it just mostly works. Like, those are such small compromises once I'm actually like there. And like Haven Island, dude. Like chilling on the beach in Haven Island for a little bit. Like, It's
I love it, man.
It's choice.
I love Hitman so much. Ugh.
I've been playing. Yeah, it's really been because I've been dying with the sun going down early. So VR has been attractive to me to like pretend I'm somewhere sunny and nice
Right.
for a little bit.
You know what's funny? I have a story. So back in college, I lived with my friend Thomas, who you've met.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Cool
Actually,
guy.
both of you, I think, have met now.
Very chill guy.
And I actually kept my PS4 in his room because he played it so much. I was just like, whenever I'm at class or whatever, and basically as long as I'm not using it, you play it.
Mhm.
So he played a lot of GTA 5. Actually, like because he played a lot of GTA 5 on my account, on my PlayStation, GTA 5 is my most played game, which I find hilarious, right? Because I
don't like it,
barely
yeah.
played. Yeah, I've barely played it. But one thing he played a lot was Hitman, and he played Hitman VR with the PSVR 1. And
Really?
he loved it, right? So I can only imagine
It's
giving
so
him
much
this
better.
improved experience and having his mind be blown, right? But because like even at that level, even at that rudimentary, because like that's the thing about PSVR 1 and like very basic VR. VR is inherently so immersive. Your brain like forgives a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Like it does. Like even when it's like really primitive VR technology. So he was super into it. The very first broken like iteration of
Yeah.
Hitman VR on PS4.
Yeah, I mean, you could only use
So-
one. Like to say how bad it was, like you could only use one hand back then. I'm pretty sure. Like
Yeah, I don't remember, but like
now it's got.
he was in
full-
that thing.
It's
for
got
a
full
while.
two-handed
Yeah.
control, like inverse kinematics. Like you have a body below you, which is something a lot of people care about in VR. I don't care that much. It doesn't really bother me. But I'm just I don't know. The other thing I want to mention is that on PC it does use foveated rendering, but it is fixed foveated rendering. So you have like a clear zone straight ahead of you and like insane horrible blurriness around it. I had to get around that by just like I think I
So what's the difference between that? Because that's what foveated rendering is.
That's
from my
fixed
understanding.
foveated rendering. Dynamic
So what's
foveated
dynamic?
rendering follows your eyes.
Okay, yeah.
There's no
and that's
eye
what
tracking
PSVR
on
2
PC.
does, I believe.
Yeah, so you don't see it. Dynamic foveated rendering is like essentially a flawless technology. You do not see it.
Right,
Fixed
because as
foveated
soon as your
rendering-
eye moves, it renders there.
yeah, fixed foveated rendering is a horrible, like kind of very annoying thing where you can't move your eyes at all, or you're going to leave the space. But I got around that by just cranking the internal resolution. Like I super scaled it so much that I can't tell that it's doing that anymore. So you can brute force your way around that. This is a game that it's a tough game to run in VR. I hope it has PS5 Pro enhancements because it kind of needs it.
I'm sure it does.
needs
A
the
lot
horsepower.
of games do.
Yeah.
So
But yeah,
that's awesome.
If you check it out,
I
let
feel
me
like I
know.
really want to check it out. I'm just like scared of.
Yeah, no, I mean, I really think if you want to get into VR, what you need to do, you have the adapter. You need to play
Yeah.
through Half-Life Alyx, and by
Half-Life, yeah.
by the time you're done with Half-Life Alyx, you'll be fine. In my
Yeah.
opinion, if you just kind of play it a couple hours a day and get through it, and that's the advice I would give
Might be
basically
like
anybody
a-
who has access to it.
2026 resolution
Yeah,
might be. Yeah.
but yeah, I'll pass
right.
I'll pass it to somebody else.
Mike.
What have I been playing recently? I'm trying to like think. I guess I did kind of get back into Monster Hunter Wilds, but
Nice.
I've kind of just been grinding Battlefield and League.
Have you beat Savage?
I
Omega?
got back into League of Legends. What?
Have you beat Savage Omega and Wilds?
I haven't beat Savage Omega, but I've beaten all the Arch Tempereds.
Nice.
I guess I could talk about getting back into League of Legends again, because
If you must.
apparently, I didn't believe this was true, but there's no such thing as a former League player.
Oh no.
You
definitely not.
either
Yeah.
have played League and are about to relapse, or you have never played League and you've never touched the forbidden fruit in the
Yeah.
Garden of Eden that is the gaming space. But I'm having fun and I hate it.
Right.
Plus the
I
changes
mean, it's
they're about
it's
to
the
do.
league cycle, right? Like
Yeah, they're about
you'll
to do
hate, you'll hate it eventually.
they're about to do a bunch of changes that I actually really enjoy. So I'm excited for those when they launch in January, I think.
Yeah.
But I've been playing the new ARAM Mayhem mode, which is ARAM, but they added augments to the game. So randomly at like to select set of levels, you're given a choice between 3 things that drastically modify how your character is played.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, I got one that reduced my auto attack speed down to like a super low value, but all bonus attack speed is converted into damage.
Okay.
On a character with
Interesting.
with an ability that counted as an auto attack and did damage based on your auto attack damage, and it had an innate reset in it. Then I got an augment that reduced that cooldown by a factor of like 30-40% on that ability with its cooldown resets.
Mm-hmm.
And since it's considered a dash, I also had an augment that added an area behind me when I dash that explodes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so
that's a pretty drastic change to how you.
Yeah,
play.
I turned into a missile. There was a point where I just pressed 2 buttons, and I was very shocked that I killed 5 people. I was like, how did this happen? I cannot piece together how I got a pentakill here, but I did. It happened. I don't know how. I looked at the replay, did not understand it still.
I do appreciate that League has those modes that are like less sweaty, because like I only ever played on Summoner's Rift, and like obviously that's like the sweatiest place you can.
And
do.
it's weird that people would try to forfeit early in this mode because augments will just drastic. Like you could get an augment that completely turns your game around.
Yeah,
and completely drastically alters the way that you even think about playing the game. For nothing, for free.
That's really interesting. Because like there's already so much like build variety in League with like what items you buy with your champs and stuff. But like the fact that, you know, these augments I feel like are just another layer on top of that now, which is a lot to think about.
Yeah.
It's cool. Anything else?
Not really. Really nothing more to say about it.
Do you have one, Ahmed?
Okay. Yeah, I have one. So I was out last week, right? But before that, around Thanksgiving, I was hanging out with my friend, and we played Until Dawn. I've played Until Dawn many times. Yeah, like the movie. Yeah,
the movie.
I've never played Until Dawn by myself, which is kind of funny, right? Like I always play it with a friend or group of friends, which is I think the way it's meant to be played. And it's great fun when you play it that way. However, we played the PS5 remake of Until Dawn, which I got through PlayStation Plus or something, I believe. And I will say, Until Dawn is great, right? And that is why the game was great. However, the original is far superior to this game, right? Like, they made a lot of very asinine changes. I think changes just to make changes, like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, a lot of the music was changed. The new music is much worse. The lighting was drastically altered, which is the biggest sin in my opinion, right? Like, so much of Until Dawn... Like, Until Dawn takes place in the dark, right? And that's, I think, a very key component of, like, its atmosphere. A good chunk of this game takes place while the sun's going down, like, as the kids are coming up to the mountain and stuff. Which really kind of changes the whole vibe of the game. So that was weird. I think all the voice acting's the same. They still have like the kind of semi-famous people, right? Like Rami Malek probably being the most famous. Well, Hayden Panettiere, she's also famous. But they had the voices are there. They're still great. Their faces look kind of weird now, right? Like I appreciate the fact that yes, objectively the game is higher fidelity now on PS5. It looks very high fidelity, right? Like you can freaking see the pores in their skin. But there was something more charming to me about the old graphical style. I don't know. I think the biggest thing to me is just like the change in art direction, though. Like they didn't need to do that, and it definitely I think is worse than the original. But all that being said, right? Like, yeah, go ahead. Mike.
Isn't that like a remake problem where they will drastically relight a game?
Yeah, I don't like. There's no reason to
make it look better if we relight it.
Okay, actually, that's probably why. They were like in the sunlight, right? Like you can see the pretty graphics now.
That's like, who cares? It's not. That doesn't fit the theme of the game. It's like if you remake Silent Hill 2 and cut out all the fog,
or if you made Half-Life 2 with ray tracing and
the darkness and light and shadows are an important part, and just kind of washing those out.
The famous
really takes from the experience.
The Batman Arkham Asylum remake. The moon's not green anymore, and it's like. Why?
Oh yeah, that sucks.
Like, why did you make the moon not green anymore?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
I guess when you're doing a massive remake, you think that it was a limitation at the time, and sometimes it is, but most of the time it is an artistic reason why it is that color.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful to remake developers because they, I don't know how many decisions they actually get to make versus some suit telling them like it has to have ray tracing.
Yeah, it has to have ray tracing.
Yeah,
light
but,
it up,
like,
make it brighter.
The realistic thing is, if you are a studio that does remakes, you are probably not, at least not considered the same caliber as the studio that made the original game. Like you were not. If you were the A team, you'd be making a new game, not a remake, probably.
And
like,
I definitely think that's something like Until Dawn, setting it in the daytime just kind of takes away half the horror.
For like the beginning part of the game, yeah, for the first hour or so,
like
which
that
is like,
takes away
I don't know,
so much of the horror of the Wendigos in that game.
Yeah,
you could
well, that part
is
still all takes place at night, which is good. But like, it is definitely like more lit even at night. I noticed, right? Like, I'm just like, why is this so bright?
Sometimes
why can't I see
obscuring
everything?
the models is part of the horror. If you can see the monster every time the monster's on screen, it's not as terrifying as if you can barely see the monster.
That's my problem with the light. The Resident Evil remake, the blacks are gray, and it kills me on an OLED. Like, you probably don't notice it on an LCD too much, but the elevated black levels in a horror game really get to me.
Yeah, and like the original Until Dawn, it came out in 2015, right? Like, why are we remaking this? Like, I don't. Well, I know why, right? Like, because the movie came out and they wanted to do a marketing push, and like, but like, I feel like it kind of just backfired. The movie was mid, and like the remake was not as good as the original. But like,
it's just the effect of Sony just likes marketing and updating remasters for some reason.
They should have just, honestly, what they should have done is just bought Supermassive Games and had them do this kind, because like, I love this kind of stuff. I love Until Dawn. The second game they put out, which I forget the name of, was also very fun. It was basically like the same kind of premise, where like 8 young adults, cabin, death, right? Like, I think it's a great idea.
What was it called? The Quarry?
Yes,
I love
the Quarry.
watching
Exactly.
The Quarry.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, so like, I think Supermassive is very good at making these kinds of games.
They
and
had
like
Brenda's song in that jam too, I think, and the girl.
Yeah,
from Modern
they did.
Family. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, so like, I really wish we get more of these, but like, yeah, remake of Until Dawn, I don't know. The original is better. Just go play that. And I guess that's all I have to say. Yeah, but Until Dawn, it was still fun playing it with a friend, right? Like, these are very good social games. A lot of fun. Not a lot of games like do what they're doing, right? Like the whole like kind of interactive storytelling, kind of Telltale-esque,
right?
Horror.
They're very unique.
And one thing,
also the all-star cast is interesting to me.
Yeah, that's fun too. And one thing I will praise the remake about is that it does have support for 60 FPS. But I will say, like, who cares in a game like this?
In a game like that, it really doesn't matter.
This is basically like playing a movie.
I was gonna say almost like, I'm not even a big 24 FPS movie guy, but I feel like
like it could work in Until Dawn.
Yeah.
I really do think it could. So, but I guess kudos to them for at least giving options. But like, just play the old Until Dawn. It's better.
I got one more. I've been on a big VR kick lately. Kind of just checking the room temp around to just kind of trying to justify a Steam frame to myself, really. But I picked up a VR bundle, and it had God, I keep wanting to say I think you should leave. It's I Expect You to Die 3, Cog in the Machine. I actually played the first I Expect You to Die back in the day. It's made locally here in Pittsburgh. It's Shell Games.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I quite like these games. They're seated VR experiences. It's another set of games that you could probably play to help you get your VR legs, but I think Alex would help more because there's no movement in these. It's 100% seated. And it's kind of like a successor to like a point and click puzzle game, where you're seated and you're presented with a situation and you're like a spy, like a 007 kind of spy. That's why it's I Expect You to Die. And you kind of have to figure out the puzzle around you. So like my favorite level in the first one, you're like in a submarine and the submarine is broken and you're having to repair it before like the pressure destroys you or whatever. There's another submarine level in this new one. There's one where you're like in a car, and the car one is interesting because you actually can like move the car around. You can drive it a little bit, which is interesting because there was no movement at all in the previous one I played. And these games are just cool. Like, it's really cool, especially when you're kind of in the flow state where you're actually solving the puzzle, like, and you feel good about it, and you're moving. And in this one, like this was their third entry, so obviously they're much better at it now. All of the levels have ended with like a cool set piece or something where things are going wrong and it's like kind of a simple puzzle, but you have to act fast to solve it. And it's like a life or death thing. Like you could die quickly. Like, you know, that you're about to get hit by a laser or a bomb's about to go off and you have to defuse it really quickly or something like that. Or a robot's attacking you and you have to disarm it. Stuff like that. And those are really cool. There's also like a really cool music video at the opening. And this is something I think like once VR is something more people have, I could see this really catching on because it is like you're on a conveyor belt kind of, and there's like just a music video happening around you, like a fully immersive 360-degree experience of like a spy thriller song playing.
Herald of Darkness vibes.
It's
maybe?
very hard to explain. I don't know if I would say Herald of Darkness, because it was because it wasn't in universe. Like this was clearly like a fictional thing. This was a title sequence happening, but it was just really fun in VR and everything. And I don't know. This game just nails its immersion. I will say there was one puzzle that I couldn't figure out, and this is like going right back to point and click adventures. I solved it instantly. I knew the answer, and I did something weird when I was trying to do the answer, and so it didn't accept it. Like I tried to put something in a briefcase, and I guess I didn't put it in the exact hitbox in the briefcase. And so I thought that I didn't know, and I ended up having to Google the answer. That feels terrible in VR because you have to take the headset off, get out your phone, look up the answer, put the headset.
Sucks.
That sucked. I guess theoretically I could have brought up a browser in headset, but then I'm having to type with my little VR hands. Miserable. And then I'm like stuck on one right now where I actually just straight up like I have like a gun and I can't find the ammo for the gun, and I'm like just looking around. And I'm looking everywhere, and the headset's like getting warm against my forehead, and I'm more thinking about how annoying this puzzle is than I am about the immersion. And so like the headset feels heavy on my head, all that, and that doesn't work. And that's what really stops this game from being like a 9 out of 10 for me. It knocks it down a peg or two when you lose the flow state. Also, dying is like miserable. Like in the car level, something happens at the very end of the level that killed me like 3 or 4 times. And you have to play through the entire level again to get back to that. And the levels are like 5 minutes long if you know what you're doing. They're not super long, but 5 minutes is a long time when you already have solved all the puzzles and you just kind of have to enter the answers again.
Especially in VR.
Yeah, especially in VR. Also, all of the situations have like special like secret objectives that are really fun to go back to. So there's actually like a decent amount of content in these games. I really like it. They're some of my favorite VR jams. I haven't played the second one. I've only played 1 and 3 now. I really want to go back and play 2 eventually. High recommendation. Shell Games knocks it out of the park again. It is just one of those things though that like, if this, I kind of, this is an aside, but I've been revisiting VR again to try to justify the Steam frame. And I for sure like comfort is my number one complaint right now. Like, the Meta Quest for me is like 550 grams, I think, default weight, and it's 100% on the front of your face. And the Steam frame is like 480 grams, I think, but it's like 180 here, and then the rest of it in the back with the battery. And I think that'll be way more comfortable. Also, a Meta Quest is like practically unusable out of the box. The default head strap is so bad. So my Meta Quest is actually closer to 1,000 grams. After all of the add-ons I've had to add to it to make it
1 kilogram.
Yeah, to make it usable. And so even right off the bat, the Steam frame is half of that. So I actually think there's a good chance that thing's going to be really comfortable and kind of fix all of this for me. Also, like I had to go in and change my router settings and stuff to make the wireless VR on the Quest work, and it's just like how do we not just have
annoying.
Plug and play? I mean, part of that is because I'm in a worst case scenario. I'm in an apartment building. And so like if I'm not on 6 gigahertz Wi-Fi, I'm getting interference from everywhere. There's like a million networks here. But I was able to switch over to my 6 gigahertz network and everything on my like Fios router. So I didn't have to buy anything to make that work. But it's just if the Steam frame shows up and you
it's just another hurdle, man.
Yeah, if you can just plug it in.
That's the big thing with VR, the hurdles.
Yeah, and I really do think there's a good chance Valve has fixed that with the Steam frame. But excited to report back if I manage to get my hands on one next year, price dependent and everything. But I do, you know, the point of this is the games are there. There's like a console. I checked. I've got over 400 hours in Steam VR. So even just to this point, I've played 400 hours of VR games. I think that's enough time to justify a few hundred, you know, to a VR headset if you want one. If you're wondering if there's enough content on PC, there is. The games are there. They're, you know, some of them are older, but super fun.
Nice. You're single-handedly keeping the VR credibility of this show.
I'm trying. That was kind of my point. I wanted to, I don't know, I want to do a VR check-in episode, but I'm thinking we'll do that to like coincide with the Steam Frame release. Like maybe if I get one, I'll do like a Steam Frame episode with a check-in on like VR as a whole. Because I've only had like a week since I jumped back in, so I haven't played that many games. I want to play, I have like a list. I've got like 10 VR games on my wish list right now that I really want to play, like Skyrim VR, Mountain Blade, Boneworks, some others.
All right, well, keep us updated.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'll get in that thing and play Hitman.
You gotta, dude.
I want to.
It's actually an experience. Like I'm probably gonna do it right after the show.
Yeah. I envy your strong constitution or whatever.
There is like I have seen that the PSVR 2 is like worse for your stomach than like a MetaQuest. Unfortunately,
they do have like those stabilizers or whatever that supposedly help with that, but I don't know.
Well, it's like the way it does motion reprojection, and also apparently like one of the weaknesses of OLED is that in order to get it bright enough for VR, it has it actually normally one of the advantages is the gray to gray time on an OLED. But in a VR situation, it actually is slower than an LCD and makes you more prone to motion sickness for that reason. That's why nobody else does it anymore. You know,
I feel like OLED's only really good if you don't need like high refresh rate, high brightness.
I mean, that's not true on like normal panels anymore. But in
normal TVs,
VR has to be like really, really bright in order to work, especially with pancake lenses. So it's just a different ball game. That's why they use micro OLEDs instead, and those are extremely expensive.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think we're about wrapping up now, right? No other games to talk about?
No other games.
Yeah, I don't really got anything. I've been farting around, not really doing much. Around. Yeah.
It was a long one this week. I talked about Hitman for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, the end episodes always are of the year. But next week, we will be talking about the results of the Game Awards, be sure to check that out.
I'll be nursing, probably still nursing the hangover from it, honestly.
Yeah, you'll be 30.
If not that, I'll be 30.
So
I mean, I plan on, I have like plans to drink most of the week, but I'm off all week.
Make sure you don't reach vacation. 31. Right?
Yeah. I was joking at work. Maybe I'll just go on a bender.
Warranty's up on that liver, dude.
Yeah. It's out of service. What will go out first, my truck or my liver?
God, I hope the truck.
All right. On that note, thank you all for listening. You can follow us at Podcast Gametalk on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Blue Sky. You can click the link in the description of the show to join our Discord and talk to us there. And please like, rate, and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast services you use. Thank you, Connor and Mike.
Yeah, see you guys next week.
Yep, see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.